Hi, I'm Tim Roberts from the music department here at Ohlone, and welcome to the Fundamentals of Music. I thought we'd have a quick little face-to-face here for a second, just so you got used to knowing what the person is behind the voice and the face online in Canvas. But I also want to give you a quick overview of what the class is going to feel like and look like, what's expected of you, and how to get yourself started. So I'm going to cut away from this, come back to a screen, and I'm going to walk you through the process of getting yourself going in this class. Sorry, sit tight. So we're back. I want to give you a quick little walk through what this class is going to be like, but I want to keep this as short as possible, so I will really try not to be too verbose about this. I just want to get you going. So I have a little presentation for you here in PowerPoint just to kind of walk you through the bits, but I'm going to show you all the important stuff that you're going to need to have. Okay, so look here. Step one, you're all wondering, what do I do for a book? You don't have a book per se. You have access to this online curriculum that comes from a company called Connect for Education. By now, by the way, you guys should have already received this welcome email from me. Inside here, there are a couple of links that I'll be using today. The first one is a link to purchase your Access code, and then another link for just a general student guide for things that Connect for Education. But really, all you need is that link to get you to the Access code. So let me just grab this one. So if you took this link, it will take you to this website. Your class is on Music Fundamentals, 3rd edition, and you just purchase this thing here. It's $99.95. $99.95. I know, it's a ton of dough. But there's a lot of things going on inside this curriculum that's interactive. It's not just like a lame, dead textbook in front of you. It'll be worth it. So you're going to purchase this. You're purchasing Access code. You're purchasing this 11-digit code that will allow you to open up our curriculum inside Canvas, which is the system that we use for delivering online content at Ohlone. So all you're going to do is buy the code here. Do not try to redeem this code at Connect for Education. Once you've made this purchase, you are done with this. Then, let me bring you back to this presentation. Don't redeem it in Connect for Education. Instead, go to Canvas. Let's go to Canvas. Every class at Ohlone has a Canvas website that goes with it. And of course, 100% online class is all conducted inside Canvas. Here's your Canvas home site. By the way, I have a few things over here in this left-hand column that you guys will not have in yours. Anything with a little icon after that you guys will never see. You don't need that. Most important thing here is here's your home page. Here's what you're going to be trying to get out of the class. Read this, Getting Started. This Getting Started link takes you to the very same document that I mailed to you. This is the same thing as the welcome email that you guys have already gotten. Same thing there. And then there's also a quickie link called Here's the Door into the Fundamentals of Music. Remember that Access code that you bought? Now you have this Access code. Now you're ready to go to Canvas. Click this door, and this will take you to the Modules section. Modules is where everything happens. It's the order in which I want you to go through the class. I don't have a separate quizzes area. I don't have a separate exams area. I want you to work through the program, and after each chunk of information, there might be an exercise. There might be a quiz. After halfway through the semester, there'll be obviously a midterm exam, and then back to more exercises and more content and more modules, and then you get to the end and there's a final. Okay, you're going to run it all through modules. The first time you go in here, just click on the first module. You will be asked to enter that Access code that you purchased. This is where you fire it in, and that's the last time you ever need that code. After that, you come to Canvas, click on whatever module you left off on last time, and carry on. No more Access codes. Okay? Let me go back to our homepage for a second. Also on this homepage, you will see a link to a thing called Confer Zoom. Confer Zoom. It's 2020. We're doing everything by way of Zoom meetings and Zoom webinars. This class is no different. Once a week on Monday mornings at 10 o'clock, I'd like to see all your little faces in here in a Zoom meeting so we can just touch base, make sure everything's cool. I can expand upon the curriculum a little bit, answer some questions from you guys one-on-one, and make sure that everybody's productive and functional. Every Monday morning, it's only 6 of them, starting with our first day at 10 a.m., go to Confer Zoom, click on that link, and everything should happen as if by magic. Just keep answering questions that they give you prompts on screen. Just say yes, and you should be able to get into it. Okay, that's the plan there. Back to this PowerPoint demonstration quickly. You've done this, you've done this, you've done this, you've entered your access code. I think all that's great. Okay, I just mentioned that we're going to do Zooms once a week. Great, you have to be there. It's a required thing. Read the syllabus. The syllabus, where's the syllabus? Back to Canvas. There's the thing called syllabus. Aspects of this particular tool are a little confusing because it shows you a ton of stuff you really don't need to see all in one place. Would you please click this? This just takes you to a real simple little doc, just a little PDF file. And on this PDF file is everything you need to know at a glance for this class. Here's the glance. These are the 3 things you're going to make sure you get out of this course. But probably more important for you right now, there are quizzes and there are exams, and that's what you get graded on. The thing I want you to get, I'll get more to that in a second, but I need you to see that the midterm is due on the 5th of July. And that means all of the quizzes that lead you up to the midterm on the 5th of July are also due by that same date. They will close on the 6th of July. So if you haven't gotten these quizzes and the midterm done prior to that time, you've missed out and you can't make them up. And then, going on from there, the rest of the things are open through the last day of class, 7/23. And that will be your last day of class. Perhaps that's 7/25. I'm going to double check that for you. 7/25 sounds right. Sounds more right to me. So anyway, 23, 25, I'll get specific about it. That stuff shows up there. You got to be done with everything by that moment. Okay. Also, here's another play-by-play of what the subject is in each of our 6 weeks. There are 30 classes, they're called in this class, because sometimes I teach this class in 8-week semesters, sometimes in 15-week semesters, varies. But there are 30 chunks, 30 units, 30 classes. And these little things and activities over here, sometimes you have a worksheet to do, sometimes you have a practice exercise, sometimes there's a quiz, sometimes there's 2 quizzes on a chunk. And that's what happens at each one of these points along the way. Halfway through, midterm, full way through, a final. That's the syllabus, and it's on our website under syllabus. Okay. So this we know. As I mentioned, there's 30 classes, 9 sections. Basically, plan to do 5 a week. Every day of the week, knock off a class. It's easy to remember. You can't get yourself behind. You may work ahead in this class because everything will be open on the first day of class. If you want to do it in 2 days, you rock. I think you should not do that. I think you should work your way through it. Even if you know a lot about music theory already, you're going to hear it from a different point of view, and there's a lot of cool animations and flashes and interactive MIDI file stuff and MP3 stuff that's going to maybe present this information in a different angle than you've heard it before. So work your way through all of the modules. Don't skip anything just to get to the quizzes. But plan to do 5 of them a week. That'll be a good pace. Do not leave all this to the end of the class. I guarantee you it'll hurt you points-wise. Okay, so there are 19 quizzes, the 2 big exams, midterm and final. There'll be 6 discussions, 1 a week, that you have to participate in. But the cool thing about that is extra credit. More about that in a minute. Along the way, there are exercises. There are practice exercises, and there are practice worksheets. All of these things are the kind of thing you would do in a class to go practice the skills before you show me what you can actually do with them on an assessment like a quiz or an exam. But those kind of things are not graded. It's up to you. We just mentioned this. That's all great. Here's how it scores. Both the midterm and the final were 35% of your grade, which means you must not blow them. You must take them. If you skip it, you'll flunk. And then the other 20% of the class that's 30%, sorry. 30% of the class. So you guys can see that's an error. 30% of quizzes. That's all those 19 quizzes along the way. Their total is 30%. Okay? Simple grading. As I said, there's a discussion every week. If you participated in a discussion and you say intelligent things that make sense, I'll give you 1/2 of a percentage point towards your final grade. That is to say, if you wind up with an 89.5 for the course, but you do one good discussion, that kicks you up to a 90 and you get an A for the class. Okay? So it splits easy. I don't know if it has a screen on that. 90 is an A, 80 is a B, 70 is a C. Super simple, right? Stuff you'll need. Don't use Safari. I'm a Mac person, but Safari is something that people don't really quality assurance check very often. As a result, Safari has a really hard time with this particular curriculum. So use Chrome. Just use Chrome. You probably do anyway. There's lots of things that play back to you, so make sure you have your sound enabled, have your earbuds or headphones in, because you want to hear what's going on, especially when they ask you a question about sound. You can't answer the question unless you can hear what they're asking you. Also in our Canvas, there's a number of other supplemental documents and videos. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Back to Canvas, back to modules. There's a course preamble that explains this, a few other things. There's a welcome thing. We've seen some of that. Videos. There's a selection of videos, a big chunk of videos, as a matter of fact. I made a video for every one of these classes, all 30 of them. And these guys all live here. So there's one on each one of the subjects you guys go through. If you decide that you want to hear me talk at you about each one of these subjects, great. It'll take you to YouTube. You can watch the thing in YouTube. It's closed captioned. All that stuff is great. Those are there for you if you want to make use of them. Also, in modules, there are some supplemental course documentation, some extra files that will be of use to you. If you click on this particular extra thing, you'll find a document that will come in handy a lot. The highlights, the big stuff about scales, the big stuff about chords, the circle of fifths documents. If you don't know what this is, you will know about this soon. Other discussions and other things are available to you that it's nice to just have them in your hand. Print them out, have them on your desk, and refer to them that way. So you have something physical with you. That stuff lives under modules also. But then once you get into it, you'll see the modules. And they're class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, 30 of those things. Okay? Got the idea? I think you basically got it down. What else do I have to tell you? Nothing. Okay, that's a great place to start. Sorry about speaking so long. We'll kind of compress this down. And keep your eye on announcements, you guys. Announcements is a place on our website where I can get in touch with you. Make sure that your notifications pushes announcements to your regular email client. And by all means, you guys, read your Ohlone email. At least have it forwarded to your Google email or your Gmail, that is, or Yahoo, or whatever you're using. But we are supposed to communicate with you with your email address from Ohlone so that there's a record of it. That's a big deal. Announcements that will come through they will be pushed at your Ohlone email. And this is a place where I can give you a quick little mention of something, a quick little video, say, hey, news pops up. On our home screen, recent announcements will always show up at the top of the screen. So if you missed the email, when you log in to do your work, you'll see announcements that might have slipped past you. Okay? Let's stop here. See if you can digest all this for the next week. I'll be in touch with you between now, 7 days before the beginning of the class, and when we actually start. But you can start looking around the websites a little bit. All of the curriculum's not on. I won't flip it on until the first day of class. So you guys can't work ahead. I don't want anybody to finish before you start. Okay? So once again, I'm Tim Roberts. You can get a hold of me at troberts@ohlone.edu. You can also message me through Canvas if you're more comfortable doing that. And I will see you online.